Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at @AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Matt Pierce on the line. He's founder and CEO over at Immediate. Matt, welcome to the show.
Adam, thanks so much for having me.
All right, so excited to get into today's topic. So you guys over at Immediate are reinventing the way people are paid. Let's just kick it off by you telling us a little bit more about the company, please.
Yeah, no, thanks so much. It's really interesting when you look at how people get paid. Up until the Industrial Revolution, people were getting paid every day for the work that they did. And then when you got in and you started buying these big factories and you've got all this overhead and you've got all these raw materials, factory owners started saying, we can't pay you every day anymore, right? We've got to go sell these goods and come back, so we'll start paying you every Friday or every other Friday. Fast forward 250 years and people are still getting paid every other week. I think the number is 62% of the population is paid biweekly or semi-monthly. And so when we saw these numbers, we said, there's got to be a better way to do this, to help people, what we say, smooth out income peaks and valleys and give them early access to their earned but unpaid wages at a responsible flat rate. And so that's what we've been building at Immediate is to what you said, a better way for people to get paid.
I never thought of it. So when you think about day labor, it's because somebody was getting paid that day.
Exactly right.
Like, I never thought about it. You're right. People did used to get paid every day. That's so interesting. So what, tell us a little bit more about the product. Like, how do people use it? Like, who are the clients? Let's go a little bit further into the nuts and the bolts of the product.
Sure. So it's a voluntary financial wellness benefit, meaning we go in and strategically align with an employer to roll this out to their team. So as an employee of a company that offers Immediate, we go in and download an app. I've got an activation code that ties my information back to my employer. And then what we do behind the scenes is we seamlessly connect with time tracking and payroll systems. So at the end of the shift today, I clock out, I work 10 hours, I make $10 an hour, I earned $100. When you clock out, you can log into the Immediate app and see what your earnings are for today, see what your earnings are since your last payday. And then in coordination with your employer, during setup, we go in and allow them to configure the amount of money you have available to, right? So I can go in and say, as an employer, I want my team to have access to up to 50% of their pay, never more than $150 per transaction. And so I may go in and say, well, I've earned $500 since the last pay period, and I want to access $100. When they go in and select pay me now on $100, we can then move that money into their bank account or onto a loadable debit card for a small nominal fee. We liken it to an ATM fee. It's never more than $3. And now I've got access to my own money. So in the event that, I walked out to my car and I need a little extra gas or had a flat tire or a unexpected bill came in, I can use my own money versus turning to those predatory third-party services like title, payday loans, or running up credit card debt.
Wow, that makes so much sense. What kind of businesses is this typically most appropriate for? Like, are there any particular niches or industries? Just trying to get a feel for some of the business owners that are listening to this right now.
The ubiquity of what we do is one of the things that really got us excited about this space. My partners and I come from a healthcare technology background, so we initially kind of came in going, hey, we're just going to go really deep in healthcare, and then our first customer was a landscaping business.
That's how it happens, right? That's how it happens. You have this big idea, product market fit, blah, blah, healthcare, landscaping. That's awesome. Right. I love it.
I know nothing about landscaping, but that's our first customer, right? And then the very next one's like a group of 5 warehouses down in Florida. And then we got a coffee shop and then a restaurant group. And we're kind of looking at each other going, are we ever going to get any healthcare customers? And so it's been really interesting, of course, just because of our network and kind of, people we know and places we've been. Of course, healthcare has grown and it's more than 50% of our business today. But we see this as any place where there are hourly employees or in a lot of cases salaried employees that are making less than a set amount a year, right? And it varies from region to region. What we typically see with our primary users is they're typically making less than $60,000 a year. And so when they have this as what we call just a safety net, right? If that unexpected expenses does arise, we can tap into using the immediate platform. But so it's all across industries. Really for us, the long pole in the tent is building time tracking and payroll connections. And that's where we go in and kind of seamlessly integrate and make sure that we can send and receive data as quickly as necessary to make this happen.
What kind of responses have you gotten from the companies you're working with so far?
It's really interesting because since this is no cost to the employer, when we go in and talk to them, we say, hey, look,
Wait a minute, there's no cost to the employer either?
One of the best parts about it, right? So, I mean, it's funny because we say, well, we sell B2B, but we're not really selling anything to the business. We're going in and telling them, here is a recruitment and retention tool that you can use at no cost to you to roll out to your team. And if your team never uses it, there's no cost to them either. It really is one of those scenarios where we're providing a ton of value and we're really there just to help people when they need it the most. And it's one of the things as a mission-driven organization, it's really what we like is that particularly when you look at situations and when we go out and survey our customers and we talk to them about what we're doing, or we talk to the HR managers and we go, how is your team using this? And they go, I had a guy tell me a story about how he had a bill coming in that was a cell phone bill due on a Wednesday, and it was a $114 bill. And if you waited until Friday when you got his paycheck, it was going to be a 10% late fee. So it would have cost whatever, 114 plus $11.40, right? 125 bucks. And he said, but I found out that we had this immediate. And so I went in, I downloaded the app within 7 minutes. I made a transfer. I pulled 117 bucks over so I could pay my bill on time. That was one of those things where we looked at it and said, it was a high five moment around the office, right? Like, people are using this for the right reasons. We're filling in gaps. We're helping them make better financial decisions. So the response that we've gotten, not only from our users, but then from that company, we talked to the CFO, and the CFO of that company said, I love the fact that, one, nobody's knocking on my door asking for advances anymore. And two, I feel like you guys are helping my team make better decisions. And part of that is some financial literacy documents and financial calculators. How can I budget my money better? How can should I buy or lease a car? How much rent can I afford? All these calculators that we put at fingertips right inside the immediate app. So it's really been an overwhelmingly positive response that we've gotten from our customers.
Man, that is so exciting. So, Matt, if somebody's listening to this and they want more information on immediate and want to figure out if it makes sense for their business or organization, what's the best way for them to follow up and to learn more?
So our website is joinimmediate.com. And you can go there, submit through the contact form there, or you can reach out to me directly. I'm Matt, M-A-T-T, Matt at joinimmediate.com. We have salespeople all across the country and would be happy to connect you with one of our sales reps to share more about what we do.
That's awesome. Well, Matt, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background and all the great stuff that you're doing over at Immediate. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Matt, thanks again for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.